Imagine if Mars wasn't just the next step for humanity, but the last one too. What if ancient humans once lived there, built a civilization, and then fled to Earth? It sounds like science fiction, but growing evidence shows Mars once had rivers, lakes, and even a thick atmosphere. If humans, or human-like beings, ever lived there, it makes sense that we are now preparing to return. Today, let's explore the science, the journey, and the math behind going back to Mars. Billions of years ago, Mars looked like Earth. NASA's rovers found clay minerals which only form in water. Dried riverbeds stretch across the landscape. Even methane, often a byproduct of life, seeps from the ground. If Mars once had oceans, breathable air, and a magnetic field, life could have thrived there. Some scientists even propose panspermia, that life on Earth may have started from microorganisms carried here after Mars collapsed, so maybe, in a distant past, humans lived there. Now with rockets, we're finally returning. The physics of the trip to travel to Mars, we use orbital mechanics and something called a Hohmann transfer orbit, the most fuel-efficient way. Delta V equals sign squart, mu left, frac, 2, char, frac r1, r right. T mu equals sign standard gravitational parameter of the Sun IT, ETR equals sign distance from the Sun. T CTA equals sign semi-major axis of the transfer orbit. On average it takes about 8-9 months with chemical rockets. Rocket equation, delta vive equals sign I SB CE dot G underscore 0 CC dot, and left difrac M underscore 0 MF right at TI SB, specific impulse of the engine A, TG underscore 0, gravity at Earth's surface, CTM underscore 0, initial mass with fuel, TTMF final mass after burning fuel. Building a Mars colony isn't just about rockets, it's about survival. 1. Radiation shielding Mars has no strong magnetic field, so we need protection from cosmic rays. Using regolith bricks, made from Martian soil, scientists estimate 2-3 meters of packed regolith around habitats could block enough radiation. 2. Breathable air. The MOXIE experiment on the Perseverance rover has already proven we can make oxygen on Mars by splitting carbon dioxide. 2. CO_2, right arrow tool, Colorado plus O_23. Water-hydrated minerals and underground ice mean Mars has water. With electrolysis, water can be split into oxygen and hydrogen, useful for both breathing and rocket fuel. The numbers with today's tech. SpaceX's Starship is designed to carry 100 passengers at once, with a payload capacity of 150 tons. But realistically, for the first mission, crew size, approximately 10-20 astronauts, supplies per person, NASA estimates about 5 kilograms of food plus water per day. For a 2-year round trip, 5 kg days times 730 days, approx 3,650 kg per astronaut. For 20 astronauts, 3,650 times 20 equals sign 73,000 kg. That's 73 tons of just life support supplies, which fits within a Starship launch when combined with recycling systems. If humans once lived on Mars, Earth may have been their plan B. Now, history is flipping. Earth faces climate change, rising temperatures, and overpopulation. Mars may one day be humanity's plan B. The idea of returning is not just exploration, it's survival and maybe even a homecoming. Mars was once alive. Maybe humans walked its valleys before Earth even knew them. Now, our rockets, our equations, and our technology are preparing to take us back. So the real question isn't whether we can go, it's whether we're finally ready to reclaim our place on the red planet. In part 1 we explored how humans might have lived on Mars in the distant past. But what if I told you the truth is even stranger? What if we humans are the aliens? What if our ancestors didn't evolve here on Earth at all, but instead landed here after Mars collapsed? This is not just fantasy. Today we'll explore the theories, the proof, and even imagine what life and food might have looked like on ancient Mars. Some scientists believe Earth's conditions were too unstable for life to start from scratch. Instead, life may have been seeded from Mars. Here's how. Billions of years ago, asteroids slammed into Mars, blasting rocks into space. Inside those rocks were microbes, bacteria, maybe even early humans. Eventually they landed on Earth. This is the panspermia hypothesis. But let's push this further. What if it wasn't just microbes? What if an advanced Martian civilization saw their planet dying and launched escape ships to Earth? If Mars was once Earth-like, it had technology, society, maybe even cities. But when the atmosphere collapsed, the oceans boiled away, and radiation increased, survival was impossible. So they left. The energy needed for an interplanetary trip can be explained by the escape velocity equation, V_E equals sine squart frac 2gm, r. For Mars, escape velocity equals sine 5.03 kilometers per s, much less than Earth's 11.2 kilometers per s. That means ancient Martians would have actually had an easier time leaving their planet. Imagine fleets of ships using chemical propulsion, or something beyond our current physics, making the journey to Earth. One, DNA oddities. Human DNA has sudden jumps, mysterious changes not fully explained by Earth evolution. Could this be the signature of Martian engineering? 2. The 2% difference. We're only 2% different from chimpanzees, yet we are vastly more advanced. Some suggest that extra difference is because we're not fully from here. 3. The face on Mars. At Cydonia, a famous rock formation looks eerily like a carved human face. NASA says it's natural, but is it a ruined monument of an ancient civilization? 4. Martian meteorites on Earth rocks from Mars have already landed here. In 1996, a Martian meteorite was found in Antarctica with possible fossilized bacteria inside. Proof that life did travel here. If Martians were like us, they had culture, cities, and yes, food. Maybe they had their own fast food culture. Imagine Martian burgers made of alien grains, purple tomatoes growing in the thinner air. A Martian version of McDonald's, red arches instead of golden ones. It sounds silly, but remember, fast, efficient food is part of any advanced civilization. If they had agriculture, they had restaurants. And maybe when they came to Earth, they brought those ideas with them. Why Earth? A magnetic field to protect life. Stable atmosphere with oxygen and nitrogen. Liquid oceans to sustain crops, animals, and expansion. To Martians, Earth wasn't just a random choice, it was the perfect second home, and we humans are the descendants of those Martian survivors. So, are we the aliens? Did our ancestors once look up at a red sky, eat Martian burgers, and build cities before escaping their dying world? The more we learn about Mars, the more the story makes sense. Maybe our trip to Mars is not exploration at all, but a homecoming. So the next time you see a McDonald's on Earth, remember, maybe it's just the continuation of a tradition that began on Mars.